Here's what nobody tells you. The more credentials you stack, the harder it becomes to connect. So you think you're building authority, but you're actually building a wall. I call it the credential choir. Everyone's singing the same song louder and louder, but no one's listening. I lived this. Had the designations, the white papers, the conference speaking gigs, and prospects still ghosted me because I was hiding behind professionalism, hoping that my work would speak for itself. But it doesn't. Here's the pattern. You have two forces inside of you. One loves strategy, planning, complexity. That's your rational brain, and it's been rewarded your entire career. The other has to show up, be seen, risk judgment, and that's your human signal, and it's been punished. See, education trained you to analyze, not act, to think, not connect. So you keep stacking knowledge, courses, frameworks, preparation, but your ability to connect, it can atrophy. So the strategist gets stronger, but the human gets weaker. And the gap between who you are and what prospects feel, it widens. You're not failing or just not meeting your potential because you lack skill. You're not meeting your potential because they can't feel you. See, the brain decides before the mind knows. Subconsciously, your brain knows before your conscious mind is even aware. So prospects aren't evaluating your credentials in that first meeting. They decided before they walked in. And based on what? Emotional signals, subconscious pattern matching, familiarity. So you're optimizing for logic and they're deciding on feel. So what do? Well, you consume more content. Another podcast, another book on positioning, you can fix it and real fast. You fall prey to the most basic psychological stuff as you can have it now and it's cheap. And it feels productive, but it's not. You're feeding the strategist and starving the human. And there's an entire industry that profits from that loop. Courses, certifications, conferences, get rich, get better, everything you can have in 2 weeks, all designed for the part of you that's already competent. And none of it helps you show up. Quick pause. I'm Dr. Joshua Wilson. I started from zero as an advisor. I was good at the work, but invisible at the market. My problem wasn't my marketing, it was my marketability. But I learned that credentials don't close, connection does. And that shift led me to closing hundreds of millions of dollars, making Forbes lists, buying and selling firms, and only then did I go back to get a PhD to prove why it works. Now, I help advisors become magnetic using the same neurobehavioral approach. And there's a link in the description if you want to stop being the industry's best kept secret. So, how do you fix this? Well, first, you don't need more knowledge. You need a different environment. Your human side needs 3 things. Simplicity, not another 47-step plan, one clear next action. 2, safety, not zero risk, but controlled exposure, private reps before public performance. And number 3, pressure, because your brain won't take self-imposed deadlines seriously. Sorry, you need some pressure, and go study the science on learning to figure out, hey, what's one of the things our children are struggling with nowadays is we're taking all the pressure and friction away from learning, and they don't learn as well. Learning requires some friction. It requires some pressure. So when I was terrified of posting content, I didn't start by going live. I recorded private videos just for myself in my car. I was sweating even though nobody would see it, but it stretched me safely. That's how you rebuild the muscle. And I have a quick question for you. Are you stuck in the knowledge loop right now? If you are, drop me a quick line and let me know. What are you studying right now? What's it keeping you from? Because here's what this costs you. Every time you avoid discomfort, your confidence drops. Every time you choose another course over action, you train yourself that hiding is acceptable. Every time it's another book instead of an action, you lose trust in yourself and you become the advisor who's always about to start, about to launch, about to show up, but never does. If this is landing, subscribe. Share this with another advisor. And again, you're not broken. You're just deconditioned. Your strategist has been training for years. Your human has been sitting on the bench. So the fix isn't more thinking. It's more focused reps, small, safe, consistent. And really, I think here's the truth that probably most people won't tell you, is you're already magnetic. You've just been taught to hide it behind credentials, professionalism, belonging in the room, like being qualified. And behind this qualification and professionalism, behind these best practices, but prospects don't choose the most qualified advisor. They choose the one who feels right, and then they rationalize it with whatever qualifications that advisor has. So, do you want to become unignorable? There's a link in the description to book a call. Stop feeding that strategist. Start training the human. That's where your growth lives.